antimicrobial resistance.
resistance.
So antimicrobial resistance occur when a particular infection that had been diagnosed in the
Now,
hospital, then you have been administered drugs, then you are not responding to treatment. And this comes as a result of drugs abuse, which my colleague will talk later in details. In a layman form, we will say that antimicrobial resistance occur when there is abuse of drugs, yeah? Yes, abuse of drugs, and you are not responding to
treatment
treatment and you are taking the right drugs.
drugs for
So,
that particular.
for that particular illness, therefore means that it's not that maybe the drugs is not working. Eh? The drugs for another person
Yes.
that have not developed
Resistance
resistance
to
to that
that.
drugs, it will work. But for you that have
Develop
developed
that
a resistance
resistance.
to that drug, it will not
Work.
work. So in microbiology, we term it antimicrobial resistance because you are not responding to
Treatment.
treatment. The bacteria in your system have developed
Develop
resistance
resistance.
to the drugs you are
So,
taking.
so
Simply, maybe it will be as a result of you have
misusing that
misusing
particular
that particular
antimicrobial agent.
antimicrobial agent.
Yes.
Maybe the doctor say you should take one in the morning,
Few
one in the
use
afternoon, and in the
yes.
evening, and you decide to only take
Take morning
in the morning.
and
You
you
not
skip the
take you skip
afternoon
afternoon and
and take
evening.
the
You
evening.
take it in
Yes.
the next day morning again. So this will actually make the bacteria
To
now
resist.
develop resistance to that drugs because the volume the volume of the drugs that is supposed
Supposed
to
to
actually kill
kill
the
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 microbial
bacteria,
agents. Yes.
the microbial agent
Agents.
or the fungi or the parasite or whatever there is in a reduced stage of which the drugs and the bacteria cannot go. So the bacteria will still be thriving while the antimicrobial agent is there. That is because you are not taking the dosage of
As
which
required
the doctor
and
prescribed
for
for you.
you.
So now the bacteria will now what?
Develop
Develop
resistance.
resistance. Develop resistance
Resistance
to that drugs.
drugs.
So even though you go back again to the hospital,
Hospital.
they will do tests
And it is
and your culture will show that okay, your AST that is antimicrobial
antimicrobial sensitivity testing.
sensitivity testing will show that okay, these drugs are supposed to work for this particular infection.
So,
But when you administer the drugs, even when you follow the prescribed dosage
it will not
from the
work.
doctor, it will not work again because your bacteria have
Develop
developed resistance.
resistance.
They have these antibodies in them that are very strong. So if you take this drug, it will not work again. It will not work. So you have to change the drugs completely
Completely.
and
And that will
increase the dosage.
begin.
So
And that will,
my okay, you
okay.
wanted to say something?
Yes, and that will actually lead to the increased health costs.
Okay.
Yes, because
So
that will make you to spend a lot. We'll actually discuss on that when we're talking about the consequences of this antimicrobial resistance,
okay, my colleague will talk on
the causes
the
of
causes of this
antimicrobial.
antimicrobial resistance.
Yeah, my colleague have actually said everything, but let me just add into what he has said. So, the causes of antimicrobial resistance are from us. We actually caused it. Okay. So now, one of these causes of antimicrobial resistance is self-medication, because your
Very good.
friend was sick, was having headache, and you're also having headache. You go to buy paracetamol
From the counter.
from the counter because your friend actually bought
Bought
paracetamol
paracetamol and it works
and
for
it
him.
worked for the person. Okay, and also stopping dosage. Maybe they
When
prescribe a particular dosage for you to take, and now because you're feeling strong and healthy,
you stop
you
taking
stop taking the remaining ones. No, no, no. That will actually cause antimicrobial resistance.
resistance. Okay.
And also misuse of
Drugs.
drugs. Okay, you're misusing drugs. You're not supposed to take a particular antibiotics. You're going to
Take
take
it without
antibiotics.
simply
Or
because you are maybe you can buy it
like
at
you
any
can buy
time
it, yeah,
and
and take.
consume.
No, no, no.
So you feel that
That
maybe you are the doctor.
that's right. So if we should actually stop this self-medication and always try to
Go to the
go to the
hospital,
hospital
you do your
for tests
tests
and
before you take your medication.
medication. So now we'll talk on the consequences of antimicrobial resistance.
Resistance.
Okay, here now we'll talk on the consequences of antimicrobial resistance. The first one I'll actually state here is actually the death rate,
Yes.
mortality rate. So now, if we have this antimicrobial resistance, what do
Resistance.
you think will happen? Okay, you're not responding to treatment. Definitely, you die.
You will die
You die.
because the bacteria will
Yes,
be multiplying.
you will multiply and
Multiplying.
you're
So
taking
you're taking the
microbial antimicrobial agent and it
and it's
will not
not
work.
it will not work. So
If
it
I
will
buy
lead
all
to
the
death.
notes, it will not work. So it will lead to death.
Death.
It will also increase health costs
Yes.
because maybe you're trying other types of antibiotics. If
This
it will
you
work,
buy
you will be spending money.
money.
You will
You
be
buy
spending
this
money
one,
on,
it will not work. You
but
buy
try
that
this
one,
one,
it
it will
will
not
not work.
work. That will actually lead to increase
Hair
health
cost.
costs.
Okay. To wrap it up, we will say that before you consume any drugs, you should do your test. Don't go to the counter and buy drugs because you feel that okay, maybe the last time I went to the hospital, these are the drugs they
Drugs they
gave me,
gave me. Let
and
me
I
just
took and I was okay.
okay,
You
yes.
should not decide to go again and buy. No,
Your
go and do your
advice.
test.
Yes.
When you do your test, your doctor is in the right position
Position to
to
tell
tell you
you
the
the
drugs
drugs
to
to
take.
take.
So not that maybe you just feel like let me buy this one. No.
Okay.
Drugs is not food.
Yes.
Drugs is to kill bacteria.
Material.
Stop taking drugs without prescription.
And to
Thank you.
those of you watching, please don't always forget to tell your neighbor. Once your neighbor is sick, advise that neighbor to go to the hospital for medical checkup. That will also help us to combat antimicrobial resistance. Please note, antimicrobial resistance is a silent killer.
Killer.
Thank you.